was the Wolverines setting the pace going into week 3 of the Supersport wheelchair basketball series, and certainly there must be a lot of nervous coaches around. Coaches who've already played them and coaches who still have to play them are wondering just what it is that they can do. Every department of the game being dictated by this very powerful side that we must remember has been the result of an amalgamation between two powerhouses in their former years, the Pumas and the Blade Runners. Featured games in this particular show include the Lions against the Suns and the Wolverines against the Spears. Last time out, the Diesel Electric Services Eagles had a disastrous weekend, failing to win either of their matches. And the Suns, who impressed us in our last highlight show, were 2 wins out of 2, surprising the Eagles with a nail-biting win on the Sunday. After week 2, these are the log standings. Well, the Eagles, after that disastrous start, still holding on to 3rd position, but simply just. The Wolverines and the Lions both have a game in hand, and the Wolverines absolutely maximizing on every situation, and 9 points there. The log being brought up right at the rear by the Mongoose. Before we get into our featured matches, let's have a quick look at the Eagles up against the Mongoose. The Eagles with an opportunity to right the ship after a real troublesome weekend in the previous outing. Well, the Mongoose certainly came out fighting, but the Diesel Electrical Services Eagles just wouldn't let them have any movement in this game. They had to make a comeback, and certainly a convincing win, 69-36. Monometsi playing particularly well for the Mongoose, and Freddie Ganyapfu doing the business for the Eagles. Our first featured game brings you the Suns against the Lions. Let's go to Kevin Smith, my co-commentator, who will bring you the team sheets, and then we'll pick up the action in the first.
The lineup for the Lions today: look out for Witboy at number 5 and Moholi, the rookie, at number 6, and then also Moletti, Dumond and Mbele, all strong players for the Lions, coached today by Lydia Dumond. The Suns personnel for today: Mzeleni, always a strong player for them, and Ayabonga Jim helping him as well as Wana and Chonko at number 14 and 15. And the coach today is Mr. Kamba.
The third round is underway here at the Vodacom Mandeville Indoor Centre. And it's the Lions up against the Suns. The Lions in the light blue, playing left to right on your screen. And the Suns obviously in the darker blue with the reddy orange panels on the side, and they're playing right to left. Very early basket for the Lions. With me as always, Kevin Smith. Kevin, your thoughts on this game? Possibly on paper one-way traffic for the Lions, but strange things happen in this strange old game.
Yeah, certainly is, Andy. Cecil Dumond picking up the first basket for the Lions, and I think they will be too strong for the Suns at the end of the day. And a lot of attempts being made there by the Lions. Eventually they pick up a second basket. That was courtesy of Mbele. And the Lions are approaching with a man-to-man defense, putting a lot of pressure. But this is what always happens with a man-to-man defense. You get a fast break normally.
Yeah, and when it leaks at the back, normally it's an open basket opportunity. That was the case, but not capitalized.
Sepoyo the man to take them.
Well, no problem for the Suns on that first free shot. Sepoyo taking 1 from 1. It's a really good start. Be happy about that. Couple of baskets going up in the first few minutes of this clash here at the Vodacom Mandeville Indoor Centre. And the Lions making it very clear as to their intention.
Yeah, the Suns just hashing a real, just straightforward layup, trying to do a fancy hook, but not coming off.
Well, that's a question, Kevin. Was it necessary to try and hook it off your lap, or just take it nice and easy off the back of the glass, and that's the way to take a layup.
Easy pick up there by the Lions, by Cecil Dumont.
And very open basket. Dumont will just make hay there. Absolutely. 2 points, easy as you like, from Cecil Dumont. Strong defense from the Lions. Another very, very good steal. Ball intercepted. And big opportunities on the right, but hand up and hand got in the way. Just delayed the shot for a while, but here it is. The Lions, another 2 points off the back of the glass. Given the Lions are playing very controlled basketball at the moment, and what's absolutely key is their shots are counting. They're taking them off the backboard, and nothing too flashy, but every time 2 points.
Yeah, certainly, Andy, and that man Mbele who just scored that basket, he's very cool customer.
Well, finally something does drop for the Suns. Another good hand in the way, giving the Suns an opportunity. 2 quick baskets in from the Suns.
Yeah, and also by Mzaleni.
Possession still held though by the Suns. Lots of attention being given to the shooter. Lions come away with it. Just on 2 minutes left in this first quarter here at the Vodacom Mandeville Indoor Centre. Dominated in the early stages by the Lions. What a wonderful basket that was. Coach Dumont, she's very happy with that. Had the height, and it was Shane Williams. So one would suggest a fairly good shooting average at the moment from the Lions. They're being held back a bit, but Dumont just pushing the boundaries on the shooting average, and what a wonderful basket that was, straight down. Didn't even need the glass. The second quarter is underway here at the Vodacom Mandeville Indoor Centre, and without any doubt, the happier of the two coaches will be Lydia Dumont, she of the Lions. And interesting, Kevin, also heard that Lydia Dumont has been promoted to national coach.
And that's the lady in question now.
The Sasol national side, a very successful tour to Dubai under her guidance. Her first outing as the national coach, and congratulations, hardworking. Doesn't have a huge amount to say, but when she speaks, you listen. And that's clear if you just look at the performance of the Lions, and as I've already suggested, it's a very calm, collected team. No panic. And he has a cross-court opportunity for the Suns. They really had to take that, and that's certainly excellent play. Well, a couple of baskets now from the Suns will get them right back into this game. The Lions have gone off the boil just for the moment.
An excellent basket there from the Suns, Mzaleni again.
Good reply from the Lions. Samange Mbele doing well there, just to pivot, turn his chair, use the glass, and take back the basket that had just been scored. But look at that for a reply from the Suns. They're making it very clear that they've come to play basketball, and they are in this game. We're seeing a better defense now from the Suns, Kevin. They're starting to hold the Lions.
Yeah, they're certainly... Coach Kamba has had words with them, and I think things are coming right. But there will be 2 free shots here for Samanga and Mbele.
Yeah, maybe the defense just a bit robust on that occasion, but at least it stopped the consistency that was being given to the opposition, and their opportunities to shoot have been cut down considerably. Takes the second. Excellent pass.
Easy overlap there for the Lions. That should have been 2 points and was.
Williams straight through the top of the key, no problem, just flicks it off to Cecil Dumont, and that's always going to be 2 points.
Yeah, good solid defense from the Lions as well, and intercepted by Shane Williams, and gets Mbele away.
Easy fast break for Mbele. In fact, there was nothing fast about it. He was just completely isolated. Suns come away.
But slack defense there from the Lions.
That basket's going to count, and a free shot to come.
Yeah, it certainly is, but very slack defense there from the Lions. Again, the Lions, the Suns not having anybody in the defensive position.
Yeah,
one free throw.
Wonders why. Perhaps just 2 of your players, because there could be a golden opportunity. Take it straight off the rebound. One of the Lions players are down.
So looking at the Lions, shooting average was dropped quite dramatically. It's around 45%, was about 52% earlier on, and 36% for the Metro Suns. That's not good on either side. Turnovers a big problem for the Metro Suns at 14.
Final quarter gets underway, and it is the Lions who lead 57-27 over the Suns. So all that really remains to be seen is, can the Lions accumulate those points? Can they get the 80 that the coach requires? She wants 20 per quarter. They'll certainly get their bonus point. There's very, very little doubt about that. 2 points taken very quickly by Shane Williams. It's not been all about the Lions, and as we've alluded to, the Lions at times solid basketball, but hardly dazzling. That's dazzling. Wow. And Kevin, this is the kind of game where you can experiment and get some of your three-point exponents to have a crack from the top. If it's an open opportunity, why not?
Yes, certainly. That's where you sort of start practicing that lot. And Shane Williams just committing that foul. So it'll be 2 free shots.
And he takes the first. Just bounced off the front of the hoop. Oh, very flat.
Yeah, I think there might have been a plan behind that, but it looks like it's backfired.
Another 2 points go the way of the Lions. Talking three-pointers, I'll always remember having the privilege of being with the Sasol side in Morocco, And South Africa were being well and truly beaten by the hosts, Morocco. Very intimidating circumstances. And Nick Taylor, former national player now playing in Australia, Nick Taylor reined in 8 3-pointers from 11 attempts. South Africa won the game. It was absolutely mind-blowing basketball. Well, here's an opportunity. Great little pass through to the center. Now that was a fantastic basket taken. The rookie just flicking it into the most experienced, well, one of the most experienced players. Reply from the Suns. Of course, we're talking about the big marker outside the key. Anything outside there that drops, you get 3. Dumont. Great pass. Off the glass, no problems.
Yeah, what you weren't seeing on camera there was that Mbele had actually been holding one of the Suns players. In the meantime, the Lions have intercepted.
So the Lions just pushing the ball around at random. Maybe one of the problems that the Suns have got, Kevin, at that point in time, they're just very static, almost watching. Lions taking possession yet again. Excellent basket.
Yeah, great rebound there from Cecil Dumont.
And when you're moving, it's so much easier to pounce than it is from a static position. And look at the defense from the Lions, just pushing back, but well taken basket from the Suns.
Yeah, Mzaleni, the man again. One of their key players, or their top key player, I think.
7 from 17. Fabulous player, Mzaleni. Oh, well, there you go. Take those 3. Take the 3. And Mbele, in fact, number 15, you saw the jubilation on the side there for his teammate, has been made your MVP, most valuable player. He's the Supersport man of the match. And there he sits. What a contribution, Kevin. Every department of the game today, he was just superior.
Yeah, most certainly, and he scored 12 two-pointers for his team. Took 10 defensive rebounds, 3 offensive rebounds. He only had 3 personal fouls and took 3 steals as well. So well deserved. So the Suns on attack had a bit of an overlap there and they made the most of it. That was Anande Chonko. As we're going into the dying seconds of the game. But the Lions just banging them in. And that's Bongakosi Witboy for the Lions. So good pressure from the Lions on the Suns. And the Lions taking the ball away from the Suns again. And an overlap here for the Lions should result in 2 points. And does, courtesy of Shane Williams. So at the end of the game, the all-important statistics, looking at the Lions, they picked up their shooting average much better, 55%, and the Suns all stayed around at the mid-30s. And again, the big issue for the Suns was the turnovers, and you see the steals there for the Lions as well, all converted into points. We see the Lions sitting at the top of the log at the moment, but the Wolverines at number 2, they've still got a game in hand, and the Eagles have played quite a few games. They're sitting at 9 points, and the Suns, Mongoose and Spears bringing up the rear.
Samanga, congratulations on a fantastic performance today all round. I mean, it was just one of those games where everything seemed to go right for you.
Thanks, Andy. It was a good game indeed.
Tell us a little bit about the support play of The likes of Cecil Drummond today, Shane Williams, must be really exciting to be able to play with those guys. They're in the right position, right time, feeding you the ball, allowing you the freedom that you need.
Yeah, it's right, because now we play together in national team, so we know each other very well. So it's easy. It's easy.
The one thing that we're noticing is that the shooting averages are getting a lot better than they've perhaps been in the past.
Yes.
There's a lot of work being done in that department.
Yes, because now I'm not shooting alone. The other guys that are shooting, I'm shooting. So everything is coming all right.
And of course, the other thing is the body language. You look like you really enjoyed your basketball today.
Yes, indeed.
Well, with a smile like that, no wonder you're the man of the match. Congratulations.
Thanks.
Some goodies from Supersport. Enjoy them. And we look forward to watching those kind of performances for the rest of the season.
Thanks, Andy.
A very convincing win then for the Lions, and their coach will certainly be happy with that particular performance. Before we get into the next feature match, a quick glimpse into the life of one of wheelchair basketball superstars, and I'm talking about the little speedster, absolutely mobile player, Tandile Zonke.
I was born and bred in King Williamstown in the Eastern Cape side. I went to a school that caters for the physically challenged in the East London side. That's where I did my lower primary up until, well, back then it was standard 8. And then I moved to PE and stayed with my aunt and finished off my the standard 9 and 10 and all that's matric. And from there, I went to varsity and studied a bit of IT, but unfortunately I couldn't stay there for long because of financial issues at home, and I had to drop out because that was the only thing to do at that time. There's one thing about my family that impressed me the most. Remember, you're a kid, you don't really know or understand certain things, but the treatment that they gave me at home is the same treatment that they gave the other kids around. They would send me to the shops that would be a kilometer or 2 away. They didn't care of the fact that I'm on crutches. I'm a kid, so they can tell me to do whatever that they want me to do. So that's the one thing that actually, as I grew up, that actually made me strong mentally, because now I was in a situation where I started thinking to myself, I'm not on crutches. I'm a human being. I'm not a failure in life. I can do things, I can achieve. And I'm able to achieve those things, or rather, I was able to achieve all those things through their support, through them believing in me, through them telling me that you can be anything you want in life. And I've been achieving, and I'm still achieving, and I will still keep achieving because they still believe in me. It all started back in primary around, if I'm not mistaken, it was about 1994. I was still a teenager back then. We used to go to the sports grounds to watch the older guys who were able to play at the time. And I just found the sport very fascinating. I mean, the speed, the adrenaline just attracted me. And just one day I went to the coach and asked if I could play with the guys and just learn. And from there, I was in the team. And a year later, I went to my first championship and we took it, and we were playing for Border at the time. And I haven't stopped playing since then. Basketball has taught me quite a lot of things. I mean, it's also been one of those rather places where I found myself able to recover and understand the situation that I'm in, that I'm permanently on crutches, but it doesn't mean that life stops. There's quite a lot that I can achieve. And basketball taught me that. And if you look at all these years, there's a lot that I've achieved. I mean, not basketball only, on the other side of the other sporting codes as well. I've had so many gold medals in the table tennis, shot put, javelin, discus, track and field. But then over the years, I felt that I was just doing so many things and I never had the time to rest, especially when you go into competitions, because you wake up early and you're the last one to get back to the hotel because you play all the sporting codes. I decided, let me just stick with basketball. And 10, 15 years later, I'm in Joburg, I'm working now, I have a house here, so life is good.
Tandile Zonke, then 36 years old, 94 caps for his country, still playing great basketball. Next featured match, it's the Wolverines up against the Spears, and Kevin Smith has got the lineups.
This is the lineup for the Wolverines, and looking at Steven Valkenbach, he is obviously a very strong player and key player for them. Tandile Zonke, the speedster, and Daniel Mpaki, very steady and strong player for this lineup. The personnel for the eThekwini Spears, looking at Kyle Bowles, he's one of the key one-pointers in that team, and Dlamini and Shabalala, number 9 and 10, they will be looked at to do a lot of the work for this team.
And it's a big high ball, high jump between two very big men there. Gama for the Wolverines and Shabalala for the Spears. It's a big clash here at the Vodacom Mandeville Indoor Centre. Wolverines in the white, left to right on your screen, and the eThekwini Spears, they're in the blue, they'll be playing right to left, and first shot going up for the Wolverines. Wolverines, the form side of the competition so far. And takes the free shot easy as you like. Not even a minute gone in the clash. Kevin, tactically, was what would that have been about?
Yeah, I think Coach James Matetwa just saw things not quite going how he wanted to go right at the beginning, so I thought, well, let's just put it right now. And you see Steven Valkenbach, and a lot of pressure there, putting a basket down for the Wolverines. Jaco van Niekerk, he was the captain of the side. Now Tandile Zonke has taken over that role.
2 more points. And it looks like the Wolverines have come out with no prisoners attitude. They're going to go for this game big time. They want to maintain their shooting average, which is exceptional. Prior to this game, their average is 89 points a game. And Kevin, in any form of basketball, that's outstanding.
Yeah, Zonke just showing his chair skills. Basket will be good, and there'll be a free shot.
Gama, excellent basket off the glass, fouled in the process of shooting. 2 points count, 1 to come.
Yeah, Dlamini, the guilty party, but
no problem on the free shot for Gama.
yeah, I was going to give him another shot, but there should have only been one because the basket counted.
Shot going up for the Spears, and an outstanding shot.
This is Valkenbach for the Wolverines. Defense has actually been quite solid with the Spears, but the shooting has been good from the Wolverines.
Great play from the Spears. Deserves to be 2 points. What a wonderful play that was from the Spears. Finishing off exceptionally well as well was Kyle Bowles. What a game he's having. The team in red and white, the Wolverines, without the services today of Jaco van Niekerk. He's received a 2-match suspension. More about that later.
Kyle Bowles for the Spears.
But here's another opportunity for the Spears. An opportunity taken.
Yeah, that man Shabalala.
And on paper, they certainly look the part, but paper's one thing. Valkenbach was always going to be fouled there. Zonke gets the second quarter underway from the halfway line. He immediately takes the ball, takes the possession from Valkenbach. Zonke looking for some opportunities, top of the key. Tandile Zonke being set up for the shot. Not afraid to take it either, but Wolverines missing quite a few baskets at this stage of the game.
Yeah, Kyle Ball's just taking a hard tumble there, and the ball is coming back, so they stop the game. It becomes dangerous, but he's back up on his wheels. Looks okay.
Finally, the Wolverines to take a basket. Only one basket scored in this quarter so far for the Wolverines, so they've really tapped off on the shooting and the scoring department. And the Spears, well, they're making merry. They're back in this game.
Yeah, the Wolverines are just missing sitters now. Started off well, but they've really gone off the boil.
They started off like a house on fire. They were just unable to miss, it seemed.
Yeah, the Spears would be very upset that that didn't end up in a basket, but he was fouled in the process, so it will be 2 free shots.
Wow.
Well, there was a clean basket if ever there was one. And Coach Mateta is happy.
Make that 2. Number 13, lucky for some. Well, there's a response. Maybe that's just sparked the Wolverines to say, we've been very slack. Perhaps one of the dangers that the Wolverines have to watch, Kevin, is that they, at the moment, have a very, very high shooting average per game. And psychologically, they'd like to keep that, but are they over pushing it on the attempts?
Yeah, I don't know if they're trying to, they've scored quite a few games where they've scored over 100 points, and I don't know if they were trying to push this one into that sort of position as well. Valkenbach fouled in the process of shooting, so he'll have 2 free shots.
Opportunity just to slow things down. And Valkenbach even missing on the free shots. Takes the second though. Perhaps that'll just put them back on track. But one would have thought at the beginning of this game that the Wolverines would be far too strong. Clearly missing the leadership of Van Niekerk at this stage. Just brings that calm to the game. Golden opportunity taken. Mazibuko taking his time on the shot. Big reply though.
Yeah, Tucker Beckett. Normally a very good support player, but he's getting in on the points. That's his second basket.
Tandile Zonke. Well, the Wolverines are popping down some of those baskets now, but they're having to work for them. There's absolutely no doubt about that. It's not plain sailing. Fabulous basket taken by the Spears. And Gama will know that he should have scored that. Big man, lots of height. Should have been a formality to put those 2 points down off the glass, but didn't take that. 1.5 minutes left.
Yeah, the Spears are sitting on collective fouls, so there'll be 2 free shots, and Valkenbach the man to take them.
So the magical 40 has been reached. Takes his own rebound, looks for convert 1 into 2, and does exactly that. So the coach is quite happy now. What's happening now is, although the Spears have finished off with a basket, they're just shooting from anywhere at the moment. Excellent pass from Valkenbach. Results in 2 points.
So halftime stats for these teams, 41% shooting average. Always look at the 2-point average for these teams, and 41% is not happy. I don't think the Wolverines will be with that, and 33% for the Spears, also not good at all. Turnovers again for the Spears is a bit of a problem, and those turnovers generally get converted to points. And you look at the steals on the Wolverine side, that also gets converted to points where they steal the ball from the Spears.
Second half gets underway at the Vodacom Mandeville Indoor Centre, and it's the Wolverines 44-23 over the Spears. They hiccuped a little bit at the beginning of the second quarter, did the Wolverines, but then they seem to come back with their normal regularity in the scoring baskets department. Spears, well, they've played a great game so far by anybody's standard. So the Wolverines starting the third quarter in the same fashion that they did the second. They're just putting up the shots, they're not dropping.
Until Mpaki comes along and pops on in.
Well, it had to happen sometime. The Wolverines, just a great all-round side. And for those of you who may not have picked it up or heard about it, but the Wolverines are a franchise that have been born with the amalgamation of the Pumas and the Blade Runners. So they become the sole franchise from north of the Eok Sky. Great little pass back that had to happen, and this really needed to be a basket. Wow, what a way to finish off. Just to clip the backboard, take the speed off the ball, and the ball will drop, and he missed it completely. Made amends though.
That time he hit it, yeah.
And this is the 22nd year of this magnificent tournament. Arguably the standards have risen tremendously, and there is a wonderful shot taken. Valkenbach just faking it from the top of the key, and there's Tandile Zonke opting not to shoot well. The ball's moving around well. Whistle had gone though, and it was an opportunity.
Remember, he's a low pointer, he's only a 1-pointer.
Well, that makes no difference in this department, and he's just proved that.
Remember, you're allowed 14 points on the court, depending on the points of your disability or ability.
Must be a contender for the MVP, one would think. Valkenbach with a rebound. Long pass over. Well, a little hook shot didn't ever hurt anybody. Wolverines definitely have an opportunity to keep that magical shooting average. They're on an average of 89 points per game. And one must remember today they're without the services of Van Niekerk. Suspended. A little bit of misbehavior, we understand. Lamine just pushing his way through. And there's another opportunity gone.
Yeah, the interplay with the Spears players is so good. They're just not finishing it off.
Well, that's how you finish off under the basket. Daniel Mpaki showing you just how it's done. magical. And there is that bonus point, the Wolverines. Wow, finally the Spears do come good. And that came from
Shalembe.
Shalembe, yeah, Zakele Shalembe. Very good basket, high off the glass. And how about that? Wow. So interception there from Spears, giving the Wolverines possession yet again. Relentless, the Wolverines. Valkenbach, top of the key. Bang! 3 points. I'll take that. This is the last quarter, and there is the score at the start of this quarter, end of the third, beginning of the fourth. 70-25, the Wolverines lead. It's a very handsome 45-point cushion they hold at this stage.
Yeah, Andy, just looking at the quarter scores, 23-13 in the first quarter to the Wolverines, and 21-10 to the Wolverines in the second quarter, but the third quarter, 26 to the Wolverines, 2 points to the Spears.
Oh dear, that's something that the coach of the Spears would not like to see, that his team only took 2 points in a quarter.
The Wolverines just getting that ball away.
Tandile Zonke doing very well there, pulling away to the left, drawing some players with him, and finally the Wolverines have opened their account. The eThekwini Spears, formerly known as the Marlins. 2 points taken.
Yeah, Valkenbach back on court. He had a bit of a break, but immediately comes in with a 2-pointer. The Spears are still putting their effort in, but just not sinking the baskets, unfortunately. They're still sitting on 25, which was their score at the beginning of this quarter.
Yeah, they got a lot of work to do in the shooting department. I certainly understand that they're a team on the rebuild, and you can see that just by the amount of new names appearing on the team sheets. But there's a load of work to be done in the shooting department, because had they sunk some of the easier misses that they've missed, they certainly would have been in this game. At one point, they were only trailing by 8. They had made a bit of a comeback, but the score right now approaching a 50-point cushion for the Wolverines. And the Wolverines, don't you worry, they will want to scoop every single point possible out of this game. They have a point to prove. They've lost possession, and Mpaki losing possession on that occasion. But look who's there to come and steal it, the ultimate thief on the basketball court. Tandile Zonke. Supremely fit is Tandile Zonke. Even in the fourth quarter, he's still got the edge on everybody in terms of speed, acceleration.
Yeah.
And he's not too shabby on his shooting either.
Yeah, it's been adjudged an unsportsmanlike foul, and quite rightly so. So it'll be 2 free shots in their possession from the halfway line. And Tandile Zonke does the business on both those shots. Yeah, but just a bit too casual there by Tandile Zonke. But still, the Wolverines have possession.
Yeah, good hands from the Spears. And again, just a sign to say, look, the score's not everything in this game. We're out here, we're still playing. And so is this man. Valkenbach would have been a close contender as well, without any shadow of a doubt.
Yeah, and the other one on the statistics, looking at being a most valuable player, is that man, Safiso Gama. Easy intercept there by Tandile Zonke, or rather Daniel Mpaki this time.
Mpaki has also had a solid game. Your Supersport man of the match. Valkenbach just easing his way to the basket. Misses on that occasion. Overshot. Missed the glass. Too much air on the ball. But he's back for the steal.
So Wiseman Dlamini putting that basket down for the Wolverines. Easy intercept there by Valkenbach. And
easy as you like.
That just, with that.
Yeah, that just looked like a little bit of a session on the training ground. Still 2 minutes left. And I'm quite certain that the Spears will be quite happy to see the back of this game. It's been a long, hard slog for them. Mpaki pushing it through. Take 2.
Yeah, Wiseman Lamini did well because he fumbled the ball to start off with, but managed to get it up and 2 points down.
Make that 90 points for the Wolverines.
The ball stolen again, and Lamini again. Just not converting it this time.
It's amazing how many of these simple baskets seem to have been missed. Valkenbach, man of the match on the steal. Just feeding it through.
Yeah, weak shot there from Siachecha.
Yeah, Valkenbach doing all the hard work. Well, finally we do see something from the Spears. Just on a minute and a half left, but
yeah, that's their first basket this quarter.
yeah, you can't play at this level scoring 1 basket per quarter. It just doesn't work that way. Looking for a 3-pointer just to steal a little bit of thunder. There was Daniel Mpaki. It's 2 on 3, should be 2 points here. Wow, a flurry of baskets from the Spears. But when you can go out and play an average game by your standards, missing one of your top players and still score 90 points, well, Kevin, I guess that speaks for itself.
Yeah, it certainly does, and you know, it just shows the depth that they've got on their bench.
Here is your man of the match. Is he going to have the last little move? Yep, flicks it through. 2 more points.
Committing a foul, so it'll be 2 free shots for Lamini for the Spears. Nice height, but not going down. So the full-time statistics, the Wolverines just dropping in their 2-point percentage to 47%, and the Spears dropping even further to 27%. Put up a lot of shots, didn't convert them, and turnovers 43 to the Spears. Those getting converted into points for the Wolverines big time. And the steals 34 for the Wolverines, making a big impact on the Spears game. The game leaders, there you see Valkenbach, who's the man of the match, dominating really for the Wolverines, and Mazibuko doing the business really for the Spears.
Well, Stephen, this is becoming a bit of a habit. Man of the match yet again, congratulations. Fantastic performance, but from an overall point of view, must be a little concerned about some of the shooting in this particular game, fits and starts.
Definitely. Thank you very much for that. And our shooting definitely let us down. I mean, we could have really taken the score and run with it, but we're going to look at it. We're going to work on it. We definitely focused on that. We saw that that was a problem that we needed to fix. And the first half, we had a problem with our defense. Someone was always slipping the full court press, but we rectified that in the 3rd and 4th quarter, and we slowly get in there. We just need to fix our shooting a bit.
So news coming through of Jaco van Niekerk's suspension just before this game, and obviously that would have thrown some of the game plans out, your linkage and all the rest of it. How did that affect you?
Definitely. When one player's out, it definitely messes with the team chemistry, mainly just on court, because we get so used to combinations and that. And when one man leaves, especially just before the game, and we don't prepare ourselves for it, it takes a bit of time to adjust, but we adjusted in the second half pretty well, and we hope it comes back soon.
Well, I guess the proof of the pudding of the value of Jaco is going to be in your next big game, which we're going to look forward to hearing what happened in, and that'll be up against the Lions. But until then, fantastic performance from yourself. Congratulations yet again. You'll be able to open your own franchise just now.
Thank you very much, Andy. We'll see how tomorrow's game goes. It's definitely going to be a tough one, but it's going to be an exciting one.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
Ciao.
In the log as it stands now, after that match, the Wolverines having pulled up and played the same number of games now as the Lions, puts them on top. The Lions second, and the Eagles on 9, but the Eagles have played quite a few matches, or 1 match more than the top 2, and then the Sun, Spears and Mongoose bringing up the rear.
My play of the day from the featured matches was this magnificent 3-pointer from Lions player Witboy. Fabulous player, Mzaleni. Oh, well, there you go. Take those 3. Take the 3. Well, all are welcome to join us at the Vodacom Mandeville Indoor Centre. There's basketball every Saturday in June. If you can't get down here though, join us for the next highlights reel, and that'll be brought to you on the 15th of June. Until then, from the team, it's goodbye.